Huge crash on the front straightaway.
He's off again. Oh, a huge off.
Big crash, up and over.
Tem espelho com espelho, tem forward da reta de Tarumã. Tem forward, aí já deu besteira. E aí já tem uma panca muito forte com o Thiago Tambasco, com o Hernani Kuhn e com o Guilherme Sirtoli. Tudo em ordem. E aí, ó, linha de 4.
É, o Gui, na verdade, nem vinha, né, pela linha. Ele vinha dentro da linha, né? Nossa, olha o capote.
Cara, o Gui tem uns 20 piruetas. No primeiro lance a gente não tinha percebido, né? E ali aquele fogo é quando o óleo escorre na temperatura quente.
Pega
ali.
no escapamento, tudo, né?
Olha só que...
Ele deu
coisa
direto na mureta.
E a gente vê. Última volta na frente. E o Fabrício vem por dentro agora. Rapaz, isso aí não vai terminar bem, não. Foram os dois pra grama. Vira um off-road aqui em Tarumã. Tem passeio no jardim. A imagem vai mostrando, ele veio freando.
Ui, ui, ui. Ei, bateu no companheiro de equipe ele ainda.
Com o Júnior Helt. O Célio viu a entrada ali do Pablo. Veio para ocupar o espaço e aí quando pensou em retomar.
Here we go then,
Right,
Chris.
so here it is, the altitude racing car that's gone for a spin, and the Benaldi car seems to just go off in sympathy. I don't know if there's something on the track there maybe, but other cars have been able to get through, but then the 26 Racing 1 Ferrari manages to clip both cars, actually. Simon Riker is tight towards the inside line. Mancheka in the Mercedes gets second place straight away from Sandan. We got a collision already in the middle of the field. That is one of the Aragon Lamborghinis, and Giuseppe Cipriani.
Safety car is being deployed. No surprise there. It looked like those two cars were beached. Here we go.
So here's what happened. Oh, so it wasn't anything to do with the Cup car. The poor Cup car was in exactly the wrong place. Oh, look at this. How about this for a train of cars into the bus stop chicane? Absolute gaggle of them, but they can't make it all through safely. Cairoli goes round, as does the Ferrari 488. We've got a traffic jam at the bus stop for them. I mean, there was about 20,000 cars trying to make the same corner at the same time. And it's really hard to see who actually instigated all of that, but definitely bits of carbon fiber flying everywhere. So Omar Jackson leads this pack. There's the CBRX Mercedes getting out of the way. It's got a lap down, and the Audi all over the grass there. Simon Riker making contact with the Olymp driving as well. Here's oh dear, a moment here. The Volcano Motorsport Porsche into the back of the Q1 Porsche. Perfectly synchronized spins there.
I think we're about to find out. Here we go.
So 81, and it's Merso. Oh, gets a whack from one of the AF Corsa Ferraris. There was a third car involved as well that was part of the initial contact, but the 81 there being the Luca Ludwig and Axel van Startingen car because of damage to the steering arm. This is what happened to the Greystone McLaren. Wide was the AM Mercedes ahead of him. Stuart Proctor.
Let's find out what happened.
Oh my goodness me, it's the Aragon Lamborghini making contact with the 51 AF Corsa Ferrari. A huge moment, he caught some air. A full-on 720 at the top of Radion. Make it even more than that, a full-on...
Driving there to not really lose anything and stay with it, and there is Borkovic and Barguana, two cars in a one, just don't go. Come to an early rest in the race. Look, there you go, you can see. Actually, there's another of the Hyundais getting involved, and Michael Carlson as well. But he keeps the car on the track, keeps the forward momentum down the inside of Girolamo. 3 into 2 will not go, and unfortunately the Audi.
Getting a replay here. Oh, that's not the ideal place to have a moment. Oh, and I thought for a minute that the driver of the number 42, he pushes Finkelstein wide. Oh, and contact between the two of them. Almost an inevitability there. Continues to lead the way. We're getting a replay here of Brigatti going by Aurélien René. Meanwhile, heart stopper of a moment, and Pierre Bradot got tagged by Anthony Gerardo going through the bus stop. So that's how those positions were lost. The safety car, though, has been deployed, and now we're seeing why. A huge upside down moment there. I believe that's Guillaume Mayo in the 99 car. And it was the side-by-side moment that we were talking about before that caused it all. Contact with the 211 car there. Nikola Milkovic and Guillaume Mayo made contact with each other.
And for the third and final time, it's lights out at Spa-Francorchamps. An awful start made by Gerard G. Doesn't get away at all. And straight into the back goes one of the other Motor Park run cars.
The Italian F4 Championship. This, just a few moments ago, an almighty end-for-end crash on the Kemmel Straight. That is Guido Lucchetti just ahead. Although at ferocious speed, that is the car to the right of your screen, Airflow Racing. Guido Lucchetti, it looks, trying to be glass half full. Goes around the outside, can he do it? Oh, what a move by Alfio! But he cuts across, and of course loses the front wing. A replay of what happened just a few moments ago. The AKM drivers going on through. Guido Lucchetti coming together with Tina Hausman. There is the Emirati, Rashid Al-Dahedi going on through. In the background, two into the gravel, it looks to be Brando and Alfio. Zachary David going on through in car 20. Take a look at this. Brando backwards into the gravel. Spinner going with him, but Spinner managing to rejoin. And now Wharton gives the slipstream to Kasper Stuka, who pulls out 239 k's up the straight into the wall. In the background, we've lost. It's a big one too. It is one of the VAR cars. It is an almighty crash at one of the most infamous and dangerous corners in world motorsport. This is what happened. Oh, that's a big one. Multiple cars involved in that. Biram Bakhti, there's Spinner going on through. A big move up the inside from Nicola Lacorte, takes James Agozzi. Oh, and it's kicked off once again already. This is not what we wanted to see again.
To try and work that out. There we go. Yeah, so his front right, the left as we looked at it, has just gone on in the rear. It's a hard overtake there. It's not a big brake zone, so Alex is down the inside of that green Mercedes of Mike Price, but Mike Price is turned in on his normal line. And
here's number 72 Lamborghini of Mark Sampson that dives up the inside there and clashes with the GT4 leading Ginetta. It's done a tyre and Mark Sampson is off the road. It's Chris Hart's drive tack Mercedes. A bonnet pin potentially is broken. Certainly the bonnet is up. He can't see where he's going. And this is what happened. One pin has gone, air gets under it, bang, and around he goes. That could have been a whole lot worse, but that would have been a really frightening moment.
But I'm not going to turn. Marcus has got back down the inside. They're nibbling at each other. He's got a rear right puncher already, and then it just all comes together. But Clutton wouldn't have known, Plowman wouldn't have had a puncher, and it's really messy. But you see that Cronky wall doesn't move. That is a big, big hit.
White will not walk away from that incident. Oh, and around he goes. He went off earlier. Oh, and catching the rear bumper there, a little bit of damage.
Heading through the Fogarty S's for the 5th time. We have got just over half the race to go, and Helen Lloyd goes way off and into the gravel trap. She's off again into the barriers, and that is Ellen Lloyd's day done. Surely the car spins around, makes secondary contact with the wall. 2 overtakes against Lexi Bell. Oh, into the barriers. That is Balsidou. That's Balsidou, who was second of the AM runners within the GT5s.
Before we go down into the S's, number 28 using all the track of it. Oh, big mistake there. And the car coming flying off there of Luke Garlick, and it's all falling apart there. And number 33 there, very good under the brakes, but not as good under the brakes. Shelley, oh, and a big tank slapper there sends Shaw into the side of Shelley.
Came through in 14th at the completion of lap 1, and there was the moment down at the old hairpin, and well, unfortunately,
3rd position right now. That 5-second penalty is going to be crucial for him.
Big contact down through the Craner curves. That was coming from a long way away. The car on the inside got loose and tagged Mikey Porter.
Pomorski still in the walls there as she made her way out of the old hairpin, still side by side with Charlie Hart. Oh, and 2 drivers off. That's Leah Robinson. Oh, very heavy into the wall there. Hopefully the driver's all okay from that one.
Schwarzer there going 3 wide briefly with Jocelyn and Fernandez, and there's contact further back, and oh no, what a shame. That is the 37 car of Leo Robinson involved again, the 47 running out wide too. Track limits time penalty. That's the 2nd time this weekend he's fallen foul of that. Here the replay, and well, Fernandez up the inside at the old hairpin. There wasn't really enough room for the two of them. Both he and Palmowski end up off the road, and there a second view of some synchronised Ginetta spinning down into the gravel.
Being the Melbourne Open, we'll take actually. You talk us through this.
Here we go. Yeah. So Irfan, look at the inside of the last corner, but just coming from too far back really, and he didn't brake late enough to get alongside. Then Harry Reynolds seemed to follow him in. Potentially there was an issue here. Oh, and this is the contact between Clifford and Irfan. It happened early on the run down towards the Melbourne hairpin. So clearly,
as opposed to pitting off turn 4, this is her exiting her pit box. Oh boy.
As we get a replay here, but he's just high and in the marbles.
Oh.
And we just don't know what led to him getting high in the first place on that replay, but heavy right side contact.
Every run of the day, they make a wing adjustment, and the McLaren guys easily hold turf
Hey, Marty,
here.
oh my goodness! Palou is out. Come together on pit road. VK on your left.
So similar to what happened to Catherine Legge, just came out of the pit box.
Check this out. Look to the right-hand side of your screen. Christian Lundgaard almost hits a team member, hits a wheel, and more chaos on pit road.
It's just so easy to do. You're coming down. Those are team cars. They're pitted side by side. Oh, he has...
Contact. They sent him right into his teammate. Although if you watch the right front tire changer...
Romain Grosjean at the three-quarter mark of this race, way up in the marbles, and drills the wall.
Felix Rosenquist moves that shell car.
Oh!
Felix in the wall, big time.
This is going to be a big hit right here. I don't know if he's going to keep it out of the turn 2 wall.
Oh, no! Kirkwood!
Ooh.
Kirkwood upside down.
Guys, this will be a red flag, almost certainly. Huge impact. You do not see that very often. We have wheel tethers attached to all four corners of these cars, and I've seen some monumental shunts where the tires and wheels all stay attached to the chassis.
There's something about the contact that sheared the tether instantly.
Yes.
Almost like a meat grinder. It just cut the tether perfectly right away. See the rear wing come off. Did not like each other in practice on Friday, and Ward goes to the front.
A Ward on the inside of Marcus Ericsson and spins! Pato O'Ward has crashed out of the Indianapolis 500.
That was a wild ride for Pato O'Ward. Thought about going to the inside, came up, went back down for a late move. Other cars involved, Augustine Canapino moving slowly, and it looks like one of the Meyer Shankage. Oh! No control, obviously, for Canapino. Huge save from Marcus Ericsson. Look at that.
Now the other question is, what happened to Pagenaud and Canapino?
Well, obviously this happening right at the front of the field, you're going to check up a lot of drivers. You see that the right rear is basically gone in Augustine.
That was a massive hit for 10 miles an hour.
There's a lot of vertical.
This is Pagenaud.
Oh, he just gets run into, Mike. Was that McLaughlin, maybe?
It sure did look like McLaughlin.
It's Augustine Canapino. Listen. Oh. Let's go and watch Alexander Rossi, fourth car.
Oh, they're wrecking.
Big crash.
Peterson, Graham Rahal, Ed Carpenter, all in the wall before start finish.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's going to spin it. Coming through, he loses it. He loses the rear end of the car. Rolled it hard into turn number 3. And Missing backs it in.
Brakes GT Radio S15, the RB Army flag. Oh! And
wow.
Literal, yeah, he's straightened out.
From behind by
he throws it right.
by Kristaps, so he's going to have a bit of body damage there, but it's better than having what could potentially occur by going into the wall there.
Does what he needs to do. He'll get the victory here. But Halovnia, oh boy, oh boy,
oh boy, that's unfortunately
that's a massive hit. Has no back. Now, oh, he's flirting with that wall quite a bit, and that's going to shut her down. Oh boy. Outside course's edge, Matt Field tucking in too. That smoke trail. Whoa, wow. That thing blowing flames like a dragon. Like you said, maybe found that confidence, maybe found that secret sauce. Dropping in that first inside flip. Kouvola to the side of Denofa.
Oh, man.
He just shot forward, man.
Because yes, exactly. And the front's gone as well. In the corner. So look, the rear's going mid-corner. That's so much damage. Here we go. Watch that right front. Yep, he's just clocked it.
And you don't have to hit it too hard to break the suspension.
Sorry about that, mate. No worries. Sorted.
That was minding its own business in the pit lane, but wow, that looked like way too much speed, didn't it?
Into Rask as he goes.
And the back slid and he had to correct it. Away so quickly, but it got, as soon as he pulled it out, she'd like putting the handbrake on.
Who, as you can see, is on the intermediate tyres. And another bang to the side of the Aston Martin that's very much been in the walls.
5-second time penalty for the rejoin.
Yeah, understood. On the entry to the swimming pool chicane. Lance Stroll, by the way, was the Aston Martin that was trying to reverse back onto the track.
Same piece of tarmac, Alice.
Looks... Oh, and I think Boschon was probably on a push lap. A car wash at the front there from the barriers, but just a little bit of oversteer on the way in. Normal line in. Yeah, so very similar, just a bigger snap of oversteer. Just a little bit of oversteer and a slight lock-up as well. Him trying to grab that clutch. They've got two clutches available. Changing all the way through is a big slide for him. Oh, no.
Oh, into the barrier goes Arthur Leclerc.
Exactly what he wanted. Moves going on further down the field. Cordial just, and contact from Kush Miney from behind. It spins him round.
So Jack to it. Hear it before you see it. That is a strange one. That is a really strange moment. Collected by Maloney and Verschoor, and then the fire engulfing the car, thankfully doing out okay, and the marshals going to work.
Not on the wet patch.
Have to get a closer look at that, maybe a slight brush, and there it was Ollie Gerther who found the wall. But look further back, can we see Johnny Edgar finding the wall? Yes, we can. Comes together with a trident, and then it all concertinas up. Difficult to go 2 by 2, as they all seem to be doing further back as well. Oh, that was Ollie Gray in the wall in the road in Carlin. I didn't think that would end too well. 20. Now let's see what happens to Pack here. He loses the rear. He's run out wide earlier on in the corner, hasn't he? And just skiddle on the wall. Qualifying will be a tough ask for Pablo. Into the right-hander, simple lock-up by the looks of it, and that just takes him straight on. Going into turn 3, into the left-hander of Massenet, and loses the rear. Oh, and the rear wing flies off, and it's a big hit, actually.
Waiting for the bang. Is he going to try and go down the inside of Porsche? He's going to hit the inside barrier.
That was with the Quinta.
So that is why the Quinta was going the wrong way, just trying to turn around. And the other incident here, which we've caught it a little bit late, and one of the cars getting caught up and so unlucky, and the other two just.
And then another car having nowhere else to go, and this is more assuring, being. See how it happened then.
Nearly two of them.
We've got a car in the wall, and it's Junker Honker Vori, and that does not look good, Alice.
No, that looks like coolant to me.
And we can hear it before we see it there, can't we? Go straight in. I wonder if he went in a bit hot coming out of Massenet.
Was trying to fend off the champion from last year, Sheldon van der Linde, who's coming from further back, but his teammate then into a spin because he was missing a wheel. The right rear coming detached after contact earlier in the race. It came right off, and the BMW ran right over the top of its own wheel. René Rast, the three-time champion, powerless to stop the car going into the gravel trap.
Later on, but Dennis Bolotov starting as he means to go on. But is that Mike David Orban, defending champion? It looks like one of the Pro Sport Aston Martins. I think it's the #1 car. A few moments of this race, well, no, he's lost about another 10th as the screens refresh, and that is Scalvini who goes a-spinning at the hands. That notorious corner, he drifts wide, and it looks like he's been tagged by Teo Noe, and the car gets turned around. Saw him in previously.
I think he was helped on the way, wasn't
yes, he was, by the Hofer Racing by Bonk Motorsport of Gabriel Piana. Through on the inside, a bit of contact between the two Mercedes. Yes, it was Conor Prim, and out. He keeps it out of the barrier.
The car starting to lose it from that shot.
So it sends it out wide, and then, oh yeah, it took out one of the Pirelli marker boards and clipped the front left corner into the tyre stack and clipped the side of the car, the left side of the car.
Just reversing it into the barrier. You see some debris there on the track. I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think he was gone long before then. But here he goes into the barrier. The tyre barrier is doing exactly what they're meant to do, absorbing the impact. I think Matthias Luton involved there as well. So Matthias Luton, the reigning trophy champion, and in fact, it was Luton and Van der Snel. I don't think Courtney Crone, yeah, she was there as well on that opening corner. We did tell you it was a tricky corner. And this is the moment. Now, the camera is in the middle, Bollard. And, well, he took both of them out for good measure. There's the remnants of our camera hanging out to the bollard and wraps around the rest of the car. Just got out wide as Van der Snel was coming through. Not sure if there was any contact or not, but I hope he's not going to be stranded there as we see Marcus Palmer come through. Right, this was contact between Jan Marszałkowski and Lawrence Herr. So that happened a bit earlier on. The two cars went spinning. 3 corners from home, and the wheel has parted company with the Conrad Motorsport car. Good heavens. That went high, didn't it? So into the catch fencing, good health and safety procedures here.
Beim Einbiegen in die Hotelkurve zumindest mal in die Links hinein, aber jetzt gibt's den Treffer und den Dreher von Carmen Graf. Ich hab ihn noch gelobt.
Ach, das ist jetzt natürlich ärgerlich für Guido Momm. Oh. Da sehen wir das Auto 400 und 4. Und das sind natürlich so Bilder und wir sehen vielleicht die Wiederholung. Dreht sich alleine raus. Das zumindest zeigt das Bild. Der Mustang trifft den Mustang, der innen über die Wiese will.
A success handicap, if you like. If you win the race, you spend longer in the pit lane. In the next one, contact from behind. Henry Hassid runs into the back of Nicolas Salens.
Y en estos momentos el 62 de Francisco Mora, que resiste en esa segunda plaza, atacado por el 68 de Manuel Alves. Los pilotos ahí arrancando desde la derecha. Pedro Salvador muy agresivo. También buscando el interior Manuel Alves con el 68. Y vemos salidas de pista. Atención, varios pilotos. Está este grupito de lo más interesante. Muchos pilotos ya tocando este botoncito mágico.
Oh, toque.
Y aquí
Sagrera
el toque
fuera.
se queda Sagrera fuera. Puedan intentar el adelantamiento. 3 wide, 3 en paralelo. Entrando por el interior. El invitado a la fiesta. Y ahora el toque entre Sagrera... de nuevo Peebles, y por detrás este 35 cerrando, cuidado la pasada de frenada, y esto es el billar, carambola. Por cierto, había superado y aquí ha perdido la posición con Noah Stromstedt. Rinichela, que ya se va, y cuidado el toque por detrás del 18 del peruano de Andrés Cárdenas.
1.59.5 se ha marcado, mira.
Bueno.
Parecido a lo que hemos visto antes, ¿eh?
Dani Nogales con el 13, el de nuestros trazados. Nueva repetición. Esto es lo que ha ocurrido entre Nogales. Bueno.
Pues ha sido Nogales.
Bueno. Con Theodor Jensen. Madre mía.
Sí.
Lo que me estoy perdiendo.
Pegado a su hijo y dando consejos, ¿eh?
Pues Guille, ahí tienes una pregunta interesante.
Sí.
¡Ay! Atención aquí, la salida de
Barrichello, no me digas.
nuestro amigo Barrichello. Pues...
Ericsson gets away this time. Okay, Belevsky looks to have got a better start than Kaliakowski. Kaliakowski has the inside line contact. Belevsky goes round. Kaliakowski over the curbs. Ekstrom out onto the gravel. Ericsson too. Belevsky's facing the wrong way in the turn 1 gravel trap. Oliver Ericsson is in P12 in the standings. Just needs a relatively good run, and he's going to get contact. Turns Belevsky round, but Rikkonen had hit him. Belevsky's door gets open. The windows off the car. Surely the victor ranks will lose the start, but traditionally makes up at least 1 place in turn 1, as we see a massive spin to the inside line for Turi, who almost gets collected by Osh. Osh actually did brilliantly there to avoid that. Kevin goes out really wide, going to drop in. Oliver's there though, contact between them. Ollie Ericsson goes round after contact, and so does Kevin. Absolute disaster for the Ericssons. That didn't work out at all. They're both facing the wrong way. He said yesterday, hopefully it'll be the same today as Enlund goes around. Is he going to get collected or not? Just gets avoided in the background. Anderson just managed to miss him. Brilliant work. Because Experth just squeezed across on Oliver, so I say nowhere to go, and he finds a look up the inside and gets spun and then collected, and that's a disaster. An absolute disaster for him and Experth, been left in turn 1. Seppala in that MR2, but and then Carnage gets rolled. Had a brilliant start. He's had an absolutely huge crash in turn 1. Just as I'd said, what a great start had. He was on the outside line. Yeah, can I kind of let pirouettes with lands on his wheels, Hal? Look, so watch. Up.
Yeah, I think he might have got away with that.
So do I. I think from it's going to hurt, and there'll be bent bits on the car. Oh, you legend! Yes, now that immediately you win everything tomorrow. Drops down the order. It's Gabrielson in the Starlet who's in P4, and he spins on the brakes. Are collected in the background. I think Tiger might go round as well. Get back to the other guys. Where's Simon? No, he holds on. In the same race, isn't it? But there we go.
Oh, and the other dark-coloured Datsun's been spun around. Oh, Venelainen just misses the rear of Jensen's Fiesta. Drops it on the brakes. It's going to nudge into the wall and then gets collected by Jensen. Venelainen did well to not join that party. And that was Altonen going around the outside. Okay, so Jensen, I think, has probably got broken steering or something. There, you've got to go of it. You lose so much time.
Oh, got contact, and he goes. They both go round. So contact for Svensson on the exit. Oh, backs out of it. Decides not to get squeezed. Suono sideways. Hallinan nearly spins. Uito up the inside. Contact. Uito's out. Championship leader has been pitched up over the bank. But this man hasn't. Pasi Penttinen, who didn't make the final last time after contact, and problems again. Penttinen's got a problem. Bowden spins round. Penttinen, something gone wrong on that car. He just checked up big time. Well, but not quite as good as Enholm alongside. Enholm going to try and come around the outside, but him just chucks it in big time. Enholm loses it out. I think it may be Merstad's, hard to tell. Does get the best start. Into the lead, and there is contact behind, into the wall. Huge roll. That's a massive, massive crash for Penttinen again. Just a tiny bit of contact between him and Svensson. Osterberg's up the inside. 1, 2, is 3.
Sort of rotates around on the rear as well. There's the 3 blue cars in the middle of the pack here. Hume and Hukar have got together. Osterberg's just been minding his own business, got collected.
You see him get loose there in turn 2, and once it started, it never stopped. Couldn't catch it.
Outside, Jimmy came up. They get into one another. I don't think Jimmy knew he was there.
That camp has had a rough day today.
Absolutely. Second got loose, starts chasing it up the racetrack, gets in the side of Keselowski. Make note, Keselowski hit that outside wall pretty hard as well.
And it was Bowman had to take evasive action to the inside and get by. Oh, trouble, front straightaway. Hard in the wall goes Hamlin. Chase Elliott.
The inside of Chase. Gets loose. You see him lift out of the gas. The flames. Crowded Chase. Got into him. They saw some retaliation there.
Or did Keselowski get into the left rear corner of Elliott there?
I saw Elliott. You see Elliott lose his nose and lift out of the gas. Flames come out of the pipes.
Off the lead.
Oh
no!
Now.
Bail! Spins without contact. And we're under caution. He was Brad Keselowski, and there is contact as Keselowski came off the corner and very loose.
Yeah, Brad got loose. Take it, Tony.
Yeah, that wasn't the 51 crowding him. That's just the 6 car getting loose. And
Michael McDowell. Looks like the right front's down.
Debris in turn 2 puts us under caution.
He had just pitted. It ain't down. It's gone.
We can call it debris. The other name for it is wheel.
Mike said it best. You know, it's been days where this track's just not wide enough, and that is definitely a crunch zone. You run out of real estate when you're on the bottom. We've talked about it. Talked about it with Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. Yes.
On the 3rd try.
Yeah, bump. I'm looking to see if they're going to give, if Truex is ahead of Larson. Look back here, you see Cindric get sideways. It's going to hit this inside wall hard with the nose.
Well, he came
Look at that thing give and flex.
He came right across the front of Harrison Burton's car without touching it.
It's not going to quite get clear here. Oh, Larson's around in front of the field. This is going to be big.
Big pile of Logano, Gibbs and more.
Where all your speed is on the high side is from the center off. That's why you go up there, and when you put the gas down and she doesn't stick, she's a handful.
Oh, this won't help.
No, tape's not going to fix that one.
71 to go now. Going to be, right around 70 or just inside of 70.
Wow, that was a close one. Off turn 4, the 46 of Armani Williams lost it and slid down pit road.
That's the opening that you're talking about right there, Michael.
I hit the opening
just
one.
past that. About 6 feet?
Those things aren't forgiving.
No.
Restarts at Charlotte are electric. Zane Smith sideways. Can he hang on? No. Contact. Fourth caution of the night.
Oh, look at Chris Wright. Just makes the move and gets a little bit bobbly off the corner. And up he goes into Ankrum.
Yeah, just trying to keep his truck halfway straight, and unfortunately.
A couple of years ago, came back as quickly as he could, and he's racing every week.
Oh, wow, he had already wrecked on the straightaway.
Scott
That's really strange.
Yeah, running 14th at the time. Big hits. Two hits for him.
Ooh.
Andres Perez, you saw him getting loose there. Oh, Bregman alls hard into the outside wall.
Oh,
Comes
man.
down into traffic. Caution is out for the 5th time.
Pero siempre vamos a encontrar algún momento. Uy, solo. No sé si habría habido una ponchadura o algo, Cari, o si al momento de frenar tantito haya perdido la cola. Aquí ya nos iremos a los pits fríos. Hay una ponchadura, ¿eh? Esa llanta delantera derecha está ponchada. Está completamente abajo. Uy, es que ya hay contacto entre Andrés y Juanma. Juanma se sigue bajando. Andrés lo quiere mantener.
En la pista, ¿lo alcanzas a ver al fondo?
Uy, sigue ahí al fondo. Bueno, vamos a ver que continúe.
Oh, no.
¡Andrés! ¡No! Abraham Calderón fuera, bandera amarilla de nuevo. ¿Quién más? Es que en el check-up, como venía todo el grupo.
Estamos disfrutando mucho del paso de cada uno de estos autos, Javi Razo.
Uy, cuidado, Javi, lo va a cachar, no lo va a cachar. Contacto. No, está mala suspensión, está doblada la suspensión delantera derecha, Cari. No había cómo, por más que hiciera Javi Razo un intento. Aquí de nuevo la repetición, ve el auto blanco. La toma trasera es la mejor, pero ahí se ve el contacto. Sube Max, hace contacto con José Luis y José Luis se lleva a Rubén, que está intentando hacer una tercera línea.
Los 4 primeros, todo bien, ahí están pasando. ¡Ah! ¡No me digas! Se llevaron a Vale, venía en quinto. Yo creo que puede arrancar otra vez. Esta es difícil porque a la salida... ¡Uy, uy, uy! ¡No! ¡Uy, no, bueno! Llegó el Big One. A ver, Luis está...
Mientras vemos la repetición que pasaba, es Andy Lozano. ¡Ay, ay, ay! No es el 28,
es la 28, sí. Marcelo Ramírez. Y vean cómo va a salir el 88 por ahí abajo. ¡Ah! Se tocó. Sí. No, se tocan. Uy, sí pega durísimo. Sí pega fuerte, Eric, y hay otra camioneta involucrada.
Esa es increíble. Tiene todo cuando ya vieron ustedes lo que pasa, pero recuerden, ya había salido la bandera blanca. Tenemos bandera de cuadros.
Hizo una buena partida, a ver qué pasaba. Se cruza, hay un toque entre Persia y Cingolani. Se va Persia. Ah, mira vos, le pega, Montán le pega ya afuera. Se venía totalmente descontrolado de Montans. Todo se inicia con el roce entre Persia y Cingolani.
Estaba clasificando los pilotos titulares. Ahí tenemos la reiteración de la maniobra. Torres por adentro, el contacto con el piloto oriental, el trompo. Los dos pierden mucho terreno.
Uy, Bonin. Uy, se pegó un golpazo Bonin. Y atención porque
tienen que
quedó ahí en el medio de la entrada. Está entrando Chiriano. No, mirá, Chiriano no lo puede pasar.
Bueno.
Claro, quedó cruzado el Lexus de Bonin. Se pegó un golpazo terrible, ¿eh? A ver qué pasaba con Bonin.
Entró demasiado rápido, sí.
Entró muy rápido.
Le
pegó al Guarray.
A ver, ahí está, mirá. Daglio, solito,
Daglio
por la tierra.
Frena, claro, por el interno.
Y los demás lo siguen, claro.
Malbrán, el que había quedado cruzado no era Malbrán, era Bodanovich. Atención porque el puntero del campeonato, claro.
Uy, cómo zafó Pérez Bravo.
Cuando se cruza Daglio, entra... Esto era lo que pasaba. Venían en plena batalla. Hubo un toque atrás, el Chiqui Grosso. Y lo toca, en este caso, Adrián Kamse. Se engancha Chiapetta, pero adelante pasaba esto. Hay un Fiat que entra pasado, es el de Marcelo Chiapetta justamente. El que entraba ahí. El que empieza a buscar es Álvaro Ortega, ahí tratando de defender la segunda colocación en su categoría. ¡Uy! Se tocaron atrás. Raúl Wash es uno de los autos y el otro Danilo Pecci. La punta en la SP3. Entraban de vuelta Brian Eisenclass y Marco Caforio.
Que se le complicó el piloto uruguayo, que aprovechó Bettino, pero después, bueno, vos lo decías.
Hoy se siguen entrenando y atención porque quedaron dos autos cruzados allí. Venía difícil, no era fácil ese sector.
El auto de seguridad.
Y pasadísimo.
Mirá.
La ligó Giovanni.
Al medio.
El de Paime, el chileno. Y no lo saca más y Suárez. Se tocaron los dos y Suárez, el nuevo líder de la carrera, lo de Nico.
No entiende nada el Pato Piraíno. Trata de cerrarle la puerta y aparece por otro. ¡Epa! Se dio vuelta el Enzo. Se miraron los dos, que se dijeron, no lo sé, pero le levantaba una mano cuando se le cruzó el auto a Camusa. Lo perdió Camusa. Se dio con los neumáticos, lamentablemente, Carlitos Muñoz. Y va, que Valenzuela. Se tocaron, lo atendieron a la máquina de Morales. En el casillero 13 viene la Nicolás Fernal, viene la máquina de Jorquera. ¡Epa! Lo atendieron.
Where's Plessinger? Oh, safe. Slid and went down. A little mistake, and that allows Hunter to get by.
Yeah, a little mistake. Hunter said, you don't want to smoke, and hey, Deegan, he goes down. I think he ran in the back of Hunter. When does he get cross-rutted? There you go. And that's just to JT's point. It is still slippery out there. Is
that Cooper, I think he tangled with?
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know if Justin went around the outside of him or whatnot.
Watch the 24. So he gets caught up and goes down. And then we hear there's been another incident with RJ.
Yeah, what a great ride by...
I thought that was Deegan. No, that was a lap rider that went down.
In the future. But, I mean...
There's Hampshire, no!
Hey, look, I was just about to say, it's RJ. Like, you never cheated for effort.
No.
And
gate number one, you don't want to be anywhere else.
It cannot go wrong. Gate number one today. We've had carnage and riders going through the AMX Superstores banner. They've come unstuck for both of those boys.
Oh, unstuck, all right.
And he's down.
That started from just before that jump.
Mechanic Skip Norfolk would pop that out. Brilliant stuff. And there we see.
So yeah, Barham, his back wheel went to the inside rut. His front wheels on.